Have you ever found yourself scrolling endlessly through a streaming service, overwhelmed by thousands of movies and shows, only to give up and watch nothing at all? Or maybe you've spent hours comparing hundreds of identical-looking products online, desperately trying to pick the best one, only to close your laptop in frustration, feeling more exhausted than enlightened? It feels counterintuitive, doesn't it? In a world that constantly tells us more options mean more freedom, why does having so many choices often leave us feeling paralyzed, anxious, and ultimately less satisfied? If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. And there's a powerful psychological concept that explains exactly why this happens. Today, we're diving into the paradox of choice. Coined by psychologist Barry Schwartz, this concept describes a fascinating phenomenon. While a certain amount of choice is beneficial and empowering, an excessive number of options beyond a certain point can actually lead to decreased satisfaction, decision paralysis, and increased regret, rather than greater freedom and happiness. So how does this paradox work? The core mechanism is rooted in how our brains process information. When faced with too many choices, our minds experience what's called cognitive overload. It becomes incredibly difficult to evaluate all the alternatives, compare their pros and cons, and commit to a single decision. Imagine trying to juggle 20 balls at once. It's simply too much for our working memory. But it's not just about mental strain. This abundance of options also raises our expectations. We start believing that with so many choices, there must be a perfect choice out there, and anything less than perfect feels like a failure. This dramatically increases the likelihood of counterfactual thinking. That nagging feeling of, what if I had chosen differently? Or what if there was something better I missed? This fear of missing out, or FOMO, combined with potential regret over unchosen alternatives, ultimately diminishes our overall satisfaction with the choice we finally make. A classic illustration of this is the famous JAM study by psychologists Sheena Iyengar and Mark Lepper. Shoppers at a gourmet food store were presented with either a display of 24 different types of jam or a display of only 6. While the larger display attracted more initial interest, customers were 10 times more likely to purchase jam from the smaller selection. More choice led to less purchase and, presumably, less satisfaction with the decision process. Let's look at how this plays out in our modern lives. Take online dating, for example. In the early days, options were limited, and you might focus on a few profiles. Today, dating apps present an endless scroll of potential partners. While this seems to increase your chances, it often leads to what's called choice fatigue. Users might swipe through hundreds of profiles, constantly feeling like there's someone better, just one more swipe away. This can make them less likely to commit to a date, less satisfied with the people they do match with, and more prone to ghosting, always wondering if they settled. Another prime example is the world of online shopping for everyday items. Need a new pair of headphones? A quick search brings up thousands of models from dozens of brands, each with slightly different features, price points, and hundreds of reviews to sift through. You spend hours comparing noise-canceling capabilities, battery life, comfort, and user ratings. You finally pick one, but then a week later, you see an ad for a different pair, slightly cheaper or with a feature you now wish you had. The initial joy of your purchase quickly erodes into doubt and buyer's remorse. And what about our careers? The modern job market, especially for young professionals, often presents an overwhelming array of paths, industries, and specialized roles. While this flexibility can be a blessing, it can also lead to intense anxiety about choosing the right career path. Many feel pressured to find their passion or the perfect fit, leading to constant job hopping, dissatisfaction, and a fear of committing to a long-term goal, always wondering if they should have pursued that other opportunity or taken a different degree. So if choice can be a double-edged sword, how do we navigate this paradox and reclaim our decision-making power? Here are a few actionable strategies. First, set deliberate constraints. Before you even start looking, consciously limit your options. If you're picking a restaurant, say, I'll look at 3 highly rated places near me. If you're online shopping, Filter by price range, brand, or essential features, then only consider the top 5-10 results. By pre-filtering, you reduce the cognitive load and prevent the initial overwhelm. Second, Astrospicer, not a maximizer aster. Barry Schwartz distinguishes between maximizers who strive for the absolute best choice and feel regret if they don't achieve it, and satisficers who seek a choice that is good enough and then move on. Maximizers often experience more anxiety and less satisfaction. Practice being a satisficer. Once you find an option that meets your criteria, choose it and be content. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress and peace of mind. Third, embrace the good enough and focus on the gains. Once you've made a choice, consciously shift your focus to the benefits and positive aspects of that decision. Avoid dwelling on the hypothetical benefits of the unchosen alternatives. Remind yourself why you picked what you did and appreciate the value it brings. This practice builds contentment and reduces the likelihood of regret. In a world designed to give us endless choices, understanding the paradox of choice is a superpower. It empowers you to make intentional decisions, reduce stress, and find greater satisfaction in your daily life. Remember, true freedom isn't about having infinite options. It's about having the wisdom to choose well and be content with your choices. What's one area in your life where you feel overwhelmed by too many choices? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more everyday psychology insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.